First of all, you decide how many candles you want to make, and then you weigh out your wax, because you have to have a ratio of fragrance to wax. You can't just put any quantity in. So I'm doing these 8 jars and I'm using £6 of wax, and to that I'll put in 10 fluid ounces of my fragrance. So you'll melt your wax, and it has to be melted to a certain temperature before you can put in your fragrance. So it'll melt at 120 degrees, but you have to take it up to between 160 and 180 to let it fully melt, and then switch it off and let it cool down slightly, and add your fragrance at about 160, 170. If you add it when it's too hot, your fragrance is just going to evaporate off. So once your wax is melted, you're going to decide what colour, and then you add your dye to it, and I use liquid dye. And then once it's completely melted and up to temperature, then you're going to go ahead and add your fragrance. Once the wax is ready to be poured, it's going to go into your container, and I'm using glass containers, and I've already wicked them up. You choose the size wick for your jar. Obviously the diameter is going to make a huge difference. Too little a wick and it's not going to burn properly. Too large a wick and it still won't burn properly. So I'm going to pour my molten wax into my jars, centre my wicks, otherwise they won't burn straight, and then once they're in there, it'll take about 10 minutes to sort of start to solidify, but I usually leave them then a good 3 to 4 hours, and then trim the wicks off and leave them again for about 8 hours before I put the lids on. But that's it.